Hi, welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside to the 11th floor for a tavern. So this is the room that kind of spurred on this whole floor. All of the rustic stuff, all of the browns and woods and earthy type things, because I knew I had this bar, the Snuggly Duckling from Tangled, and we just recently got these kind of cave wall decorations that I had no idea what I was going to do with. And as soon as I put the bar down and started really thinking about the kind of objects I wanted to put in here, I was like, ooh, maybe I should try using these wall decor pieces from Peter Pan. And I'm really glad I did, because it kind of helped inform not only, you know, like some of the things I was unsure about, but they took up a lot of space, which was really helpful to fill in the vibe of this room. So I'm starting out with normal pieces, windows, floors, walls, ceilings, now that they're available, and the objects I knew would fit in here. I knew I wanted a fireplace. I knew I wanted some tables and chairs and things like that. And that made it very, very easy to have like a really good canvas, essentially, to start with. So, yep, just finalizing some of the touches. I knew there were a few options for all of those things, the walls, the floors, the ceilings. And it really didn't take me long to decide which ones worked the best, at least that I hadn't used yet. Like, there are some that I would have chosen to, but I had already used them in other spaces. So I was like, well, let's change it up in here. So now I'm getting, you know, some of the smaller pieces together, a rug. But honestly, the wall decor piece or pieces, I guess I should say, because I used two of them, and the bar take up so much space that I knew that it wasn't going to take much to fill in the rest of this room. And it doesn't need to be super decorated. It doesn't require that. It's a tavern. It's simple, you know. It's very straightforward in its purpose. So that's very good. And I got to use these tree columns. I feel like I've tried to use them in a few spaces recently, and I think I did put some in the workshop, the atelier, but they were perfect for inside this room. And oh yeah, that piano. I knew I wanted to use that piano because I believe it's a time bending thing, but I knew I wanted that in here. And the cello, I think I've already put it down. It stays. Oh yeah, and I got to use this new door, this ladder door, which honestly made the tie-in between the ladder feeling like you're descending into potentially a subterranean space really match well with these wall pieces. And I believe they're both Peter Pan, so very fitting and work very well together. It also made the need for windows not necessary. Now, I do keep these windows that have the little shutters on them from Sleeping Beauty in here, but it's because I kind of viewed them as not necessarily real windows, but like either storage or maybe like a window simulation because it's a basement space. You know, there is no natural lighting. There is no wood or window outdoor space, but you might want to kind of feel like there's a window in here. Like it might just give just enough of like the idea of having outside right there. But I think I really am leaning more towards thinking of them as like a storage, because they don't look like outside. They look like they could be a storage situation. So anyway, whatever you might think they look like, that's what I was thinking about when I left them in here. So now I'm looking for art. I did want to make sure that the walls had stuff on it. I was looking for predominantly browns, earthy type things. I went ahead and used the haunting paintings, I think is what they are, haunting. In here again, because I really just like how they fit the feel of the room. Oh, and then these trinket lights, I've been dying to use these things. So I'm so glad that I put them in here, because they've been on my wish list, like as far as I need to get these into a room since we got them. And just trying to find some more, you know, kind of object things that would fit in the corners. Some stacked chairs. I really liked having those in here because this wouldn't be a space that would shy away from having as many people crammed into it as possible, because it's supposed to be kind of cozy and just anybody can come in and hang out and relax and just chill out in a tavern, play some music, drink, whatever your drink of choice is. Even if it's non-alcoholic, you don't have to drink alcohol to party in a tavern. Oh, and finally got rid of the last of my lights. The floor lights, again, were my measuring device because I really wanted to make sure that the bar and rug in the middle were centered. Just because I knew that I wasn't going to have a lot of room on the borders. So I wanted to ensure that I had plenty of space to work all around the bar. And yeah, what am I looking for here? I think I'm still looking for arts, things to hang on the wall. Just little things little touches. It didn't have to be, you know, I don't think I'd looked at every single list as thoroughly, but I think it's just because I knew exactly what I wanted to do with this room before I even really got started. Again, it was the motivation for this entire floor. Everything else just kind of fit into it and is taking a little bit more thought, but this one was really specific. So, piratey stuff, wooden stuff, things with tree limbs built into it, or that it was, you know, like part of the space around the room, like the subterranean earthy stuff. Oh yeah, and then I didn't want two ladders side by side, so I decided a pirate wheel worked better in that little nook. But yeah, just trying to find some little things to put here and there, anything that might fit. But I didn't feel like it needed too much digging. Oh, I wanted incense in here. You know, this room kind of lends to a smoky vibe. Oh yeah, I really liked tucking these curtains into the cave. I'm glad we could do that, because it almost made it seem like something you might do to make it look prettier if you felt like you needed to. But I liked the fact that they kind of went between the limbs. It made it look like they could just kind of be cover in not an emergency, but, you know, like if you wanted to at the last minute, like maybe you invite somebody a little bit fancier. It's like, oh, here, let me cover my dirt. But yeah, here we go. Had to make some food and drink. I knew that I wanted it to feel like people could come in and have a meal or have a drink and just stay for as long as they liked, make it really comfy, cozy, just comfort foods. I was looking for things. Yeah, I make a lot of food here because there was a lot of stuff that looked really good. I almost wish we had something in a mug like the hot cocoa, but without the marshmallows on top. But it's fine that they have marshmallows. Again, it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. It can just be a comfy, cozy drink. So not as many drinks though. I ended up making a ton of food, like a ton of food. I think I ended up using most of it too, just because I was like, fill all the tables and all the counters. Although I didn't make all the pickled things. There were a lot of pickled things. I can't remember if I used them all or not. Look how much food I made. Some meat pies, some baked beans. Oh yeah, the fish pie. I did make a smoothie because, you know, somebody might want a fruity drink and that's always fine. But took away some of the food decor objects in favor of the cooked food, just because I liked the variety and like the look of the dish. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. Getting to the root of the 11th floor, the inspiration room. And it's a tavern. Honestly, this room was pretty easy to put together. I've been thinking about it for a while, particularly because of the Snuggly Duckling bar, but I love how cozy this feels. I love how casual this feels. I love all of the wood and rustic things. Like, this bar had to have a home. These cave things on the wall were perfect. The pirate stuff, the mismatch of chairs and tables, the big bear throne, this fireplace with the horns on the side of the mantle. Like, look at these dishes. They just look like cozy comfort food, bar food, tavern food. Some more chairs in the corner, some instruments for people to play, you know, nothing super fancy. And I had to see what it looked like with the lighting at night. So those trinket lights I'm in love with. But here we go. Look how cute those lights are. And the little lights above the bar. I like them so much better in here than I did in the workshop. But just perfect for the space. So rustic, so cozy, little fireplace going. Anyway, I just had such a good time putting this room together. It's been one of those ones that I knew was kind of going to build itself, and I wasn't wrong. It turns out that when you have some very particular objects, it can make it fairly easy to construct around them, especially when those objects are huge and take up such a big footprint. Sometimes it's prohibitive. But for this particular space, it was perfect. So I'm so glad I finally made it here and got to actually realize some of the ideas I've had for this space. And one more room to go for this rustic 11th floor, and I can't wait to get to it. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I'll see you next time.